So over the last 9-ish months, I have been saying a lot of things in regards to the Modern Warfare story. And one of the things that I said in regards to Modern Warfare 3 is it wasn't necessarily that the story was that bad, it was that there was a bunch of other problems with individual aspects of the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. As it turns out, the story is that bad, and if you have no idea what I am talking about, as of yesterday, they announced what was coming out in Season 5, and one of the operators coming in Season 5 is Ivan. Now, if you don't know, Ivan, the last time we saw him, he was working alongside Makarov. This is what happened to him.
Иван, из-за того, что ты отверг мой план, мы потеряли драгоценное время. Время решает все.
Командир, я принял правильное решение.
Каждый несет ответственности за свои ошибки.
Well, guess what? In Season 5, he is back, but not just back with a bullet hole in the side of his head. Now, this is horrible for so many reasons, but what I want to say and what I want to make this video about is how Modern Warfare 3 wasn't just bad and horrible for Call of Duty's story and narrative-wise, but how I believe it actually ruined the Modern Warfare storyline. That is what we are talking about today. So this actually started a long time ago. In fact, like 5 years ago in 2019 with the release of Modern Warfare 2019. I've said it before, I will say it again, Modern Warfare 2019 was one of the best Call of Duty campaigns and best Call of Duty stories that we ever got. The way it pushed the narrative forward with the father-son relationship of Captain Price and Gaz, or the kind of more intimate relationship between Farah and Alex, it was an amazing story with good bad guys, good narrative, great levels, just a great all-around game. Now, one thing that happened at the very end of that game was with Alex. As we know, basically the explosive device that they were using to destroy Roman Barkov's compound broke, and kind of Alex needed to go in and almost sacrifice himself to destroy the compound.
Charges set? Affirmative, sir.
Alex.
I'm not getting out of here. Let's do this.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All clear, Captain.
Roger. All stations on my mark. 3, 2, 1.
But as it turns out, a couple of seasons later, turns out he survived, but there was consequences. He was missing a leg, he was hurt, and he came back to work alongside Task Force 141. Now this, at the time, really didn't bother me too much. We never saw anything happen to Alex. We just saw the explosion go off and didn't hear from him for quite a while. We assumed he was dead, but as it turns out, he was able to manage to make it out of that area alive. Okay, moving on. Next up, we have Modern Warfare 2, a game that I thought had some interesting levels, but narrative-wise was just not up to snuff with Modern Warfare 2019. However, there were once again consequences. One of the bad guys, Commander Philip Graves, leading Shadow Company, ended up getting in a fight with Task Force 141, and by the very end, we destroy the tank that he was inside. But as it turns out, we find out a couple seasons later,
Commander Kareem.
My directions were clear?
Yeah, there's not much I can't find. Alex.
Shadow himself.
Welcome, Graves.
Heard you died in a tank in South America.
Well, I wasn't in that tank.
So yeah, all of those consequences that went on in that game as well turned out not to be the case, and later on within Modern Warfare 3 we were once again working alongside Commander Philip Graves, and I think what that comes down to is he was a fan favorite character. They wanted to bring him back because they knew he was going to be a fan favorite character, and guess what? That sells bundles. But again, I wasn't too mad about this one. At this point, it started to get a little bit ridiculous, but again, you didn't see a body, you didn't know he died, so yeah, he wasn't in that tank. Again, not that ridiculous. Along comes Modern Warfare 3 though, and Modern Warfare 3 just took this to the next level. Because at this point we were like, okay, if we don't see a character die, they're probably not dead. By the way, if you followed my channel for more than a couple of years, you would know that I have been saying this way back in the day in old Black Ops games. If you don't see a character die in Call of Duty, they are probably not dead. So Modern Warfare 3 comes along and we have a big death at the end of the game. Keep in mind, the narrative and the gameplay of Modern Warfare 3 at this point was really lackluster in compared to Modern Warfare 2 and definitely compared to Modern Warfare 2019. But by the very end of the campaign, we think we're going to get some big moment, and we do. And again, I think they killed the wrong character. But what ends up happening is Vladimir Makarov ends up shooting Soap McTavish square in the head. Okay. After this point, we get some confirmation. There's actually like a funeral scene where we see an urn and we know everything that is going on. Soap McTavish has been killed. Johnny is no longer with us. And then a couple of seasons later, guess who is the title character for season 4 of Modern Warfare 3? None other than Soap McTavish. And at this point I was like, okay, like they've just taken the narrative and thrown it out the window. This was one of the best narratives that we have had thus far within Call of Duty, the new Modern Warfare franchise. And Modern Warfare 3 just took it and was like, every character has plot armor, nobody's dying, this sucks. But there was a little bit of redemption because in the cinematic for season 4, we got to see that this actually took place before the events of Modern Warfare 3 in the year 2022. Okay, we know at that point Soap McTavish is alive. We now know that there is time jumping between the different seasons. Okay, I can somewhat get on board with that. At least there is a little bit of a defense. Then comes season 5. Here we are once again, and a very similar thing is happening. So again, in the campaign, we have another character of Ivan Alexeyev, I might be screwing up his name, who was quite literally killed by Nolan, shot in the head, point blank, just dead. However, within Modern Warfare 3 Season 5, he is coming back. Now, there's so much crazy things about this. First of all, let me read what they put in the blog post. The ultimate infiltrator, Alexeyev, served under Makarov and led the mission to break him out of the prison. So confirming that this is indeed the same character. Ivan leads the Coney group with his chemical explosive knowledge and ruthless aggression. Now, let's use the defense that they used in Season 4. Okay, guess what? This takes place at a different time period before the prison breakout. But look at this character model. There is a bullet hole in the side of his head. And yes, it is oddly a little bit possible to survive a bullet to the head. But not only that, he is still working for Coney Group. Still. So he gets shot in the head by Nolan, somehow survives, and decides, you know what, the best thing for me, I'm gonna keep working for Makarov. How in any world is any of that at all possible or make any sense whatsoever? And what are they going to do? Say, oh, well, this actually takes place in 2022 as well, but the bullet hole, it's just there for the lulz. Okay. At this point, they have taken an amazing story from Modern Warfare 2019, in my opinion, one of the best stories in all of Call of Duty, and just slowly beaten it to death because they are afraid to kill anyone and actually write a good narrative because all they care about is selling bundles. That is all that matters to them. The story no longer matters whatsoever. And I really hope no character in the Black Ops 6 game or any Call of Duty game moving forward is safe. The only way to kind of redeem this is to just start killing characters left, right, and center. And quite honestly, at this point, I don't know how they do a Modern Warfare 4, because at this point, we don't know who's dead and who's alive, because it seems like everyone just lives all the time and war isn't real because no one's dying whatsoever. It is just beyond the pale at this point as to how horribly they have ruined the Modern Warfare story and the Modern Warfare campaigns and the Modern Warfare franchise. It's just out the window. I don't see how they can redeem themselves with a Modern Warfare 4. It would have to be the best Call of Duty story ever told to redeem this franchise whatsoever. And yes, games have done it before. There have been bad sequels, but holy crap, what the hell are they thinking? That is really all I can say. It's been ruined at this point for me. I've tried to defend it. I've tried to come up with plot holes. I've tried to figure out how they can possibly make any of this make sense. And guess what? At this point, they just can't. So that is where I'm at on this. I know much less positive than my normal videos, but I needed to say something. So let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe, notifications, all of that kind of jazz. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the stars.